All right. Yo, where's the sound? Hold up. Yeah. Oh, this that new Tom, though. The new Tom and Adam. Joey, are you ready?
Man, let's hear it.
I got to figure out this sound, though. I don't know what is going on. But, what is going down, world? Welcome to the 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. I go by the name Black Pegasus, and I got a very special guest, reoccurring guest, the homie Joe E. Sparks. What's good, fam?
What's poppin'? It's 2 E's, know why you heard me. 2 E's, know why. I'm here with Black Pegasus. We about to turn up some Adam, Calhoun with Tom MacDonald. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do this. So hold on. I think I got the sound going. Let me just make sure.
Colonizers in the
there it is. We about ready, you guys. So this is fresh off the presses. This dropped about an hour ago. So we're just gonna dive right into it. It's Friday, and Tom MacDonald and Adam Calhoun dropped a new music video, and the title is Race War. So that new album's called The Brave 2, and when they just did the Dax, you saw the joint with Dax? Black and white?
Black and white.
Yeah,
white
so
people shit.
So I'm very interested to see where this one goes,
right?
Because I feel like with this title and that title, similar parallels.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but I'm not going to cast no judgments. Let's just get into it, you guys. Before we get started, don't forget to like, share, and comment on all the content. If you rock with the vibe, subscribe. Let's get it going.
40-year-old boys are back in town. 40 boys are back in town. 40-year-old boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. Malt liquor for your ears. 40.
All right, you guys, let me get this logo down and pull the video up. Don't forget to support the original content the same way you do these reactions. I'm a hip-hop artist, so I got music videos. But we also do original content in the form of interviews. So we got a really fresh interview with Ren on the channel, with Tech9, with All Flows, Reach Out, Stevie Stone, a bunch of cool stuff. So tap in for the original content so we can produce more. We actually will be having a legend of freestyle hip-hop in studio, kicking some freestyles, doing an interview at the end of this month, which is September. So make sure you tap in and let's get it. Now, I'm here with my boy, Joey Sparks. And I think I put you on to Tom for the most part. Or?
Yes, you sure have. And I've reacted to about a handful, maybe about 5 or 6. I got another one in the chamber. I mean, that was before I was like, oh, dang, but I'm not going to let the title throw me off. I'm kind of aware of how Tom's stance is on a lot of things. Okay. So I think I'm able to digest I mean, the title, obviously, that's supposed to, make everybody's hairs stand up and get a little prickly. But, like you, multicultural, let's just do it. Let's just do it.
All right, you guys, we're going to get into this. The reason I wanted to plug Joey is because he does have his own reaction channel. And if you enjoy him over here, make sure to tap in on his channel, subscribe, and check out some of the reactions he does on his own to stuff he hasn't seen of Tom or Harry Mack, Ren, whoever it is. But he has a different angle, you guys. He's a videographer. Typically, he was doing rap stuff, but he works all over in the videographer lane. So he's going to see it from the details of a video person, but we'll still also have
enjoy that music.
Yeah, the dialogue.
Yeah. And also, let's shout out to Nova because I'm sure she was involved, right?
Oh, yeah. I think she does every video for him.
Every video without question. No problem. Yeah. Nova Rockefeller. Let's see what she got.
Now, considering the title of this song, I think it's already starting out interesting. I literally see every single race of human being
the
in the video.
Box.
Yeah, let's go. He said the crayon box. Yo. All right, let's get it popping, y'all. This is Tom MacDonald, Adam Calhoun, Lego.
It's okay to be racist, as long as you hating on the Caucasians. Teaching white kids that their shade's the same as school shooters and rapists. Maybe I'm tripping because the white children have been getting taught that they got white privilege by the white guys in the high heels who identify as the white women. I'm not proud to be white, but I'm fine with it because I'm not allowed to have pride in it. Because the colonizers and the white bigots made white history my business. I ain't never gonna give a damn if you like me. I ain't gon' trip when they stereotype me. I'm a white boy and a white boy like me knows that all lives matter. Bite me. When I was younger, they taught me to never see color, to treat every man as if he was my brother. But now that we're grown up, we hate one another for all of the ways that we struggle and suffer. They coming for blood and we running for cover. The government wants us divided and dumber, addicted and drunk in the gutter, so we never wake up and never recover. Call me culture vulture, nostalgia, cause I rap good. I don't pop Zans or smoke backwoods, but they call me a wigger and label me Hitler and hate like I'm wearing a Klan hood. It ain't left or right or black or white, it's good and evil. Elite folks hate normal people. United we stand and divided we fall. America, we gotta get real. You were segregated, that was not fair. You were enslaved, they did not care. But you were never on a plantation, and my generation was not there. That's trauma in your DNA, causing what we see today. I pray to God you staying strong, don't wanna see no man in pain. You white folks, I'm embarrassed. Some of y'all are such Karens. That prejudice you inherited was racism from your parents. Get that poison out your veins. Whites and blacks are all the same. They want us in our graves, just let me try to explain. I swear they want us in a race war, dying every day for whose lives matter more.
One bar into the chorus, I try and make it through the chorus before I stop, like nowadays. But as soon as he hit right in there, they want us in a race war. Like, come on, man. Like that. Unfortunately, he's speaking true from a white man's point of view, and today, you know, he just can't be right.
Yeah, you're saying unfortunately because no one will listen. The social commentary is like, oh, he's white. Don't listen to him. He can't be right.
Narrative trying to keep people down or what have you. Like so, and that's unfortunate for him. But I also think he uses that, you know, to his advantage, right? Like I mean, because no one else does that. Like so, he's like, yo, like I can lead. God, it's weird. Like I can lead the charge for people to be, you know, like it's okay to be proud to be like, because everybody else is proud, right? But like when you hear white pride, you be like, oh shit,
yeah.
You be like Klan shit. But I really like, you know, like the way he's delivering it. Also because like he be spitting double time and everything, but the shot is dope. Like the linear lines in the back from the pillar, and then all the individual pillars, but the beam that goes across the top, super dope. And then they're using the traditional teal and orange Hollywood color scheme. It's super dope.
So what I'd like to highlight is the lyrics, first and foremost. What he's saying, so he's going into this storyline in which this is current narrative where if you are not white, you can't be racist.
Right.
And that's just not true. That's how he's starting it.
That's how he started.
He's delivering it differently, and it's not true because, in my opinion, hatred for someone else is just, that's what it is. The R word. To dodge the YouTube algorithm being weird. So with that, he's talking about the social commentary that is going ham on only one type of person currently and not evaluating all the things that are going on.
Right.
You know, it's interesting because the part that I appreciated as well, because this is the first time I've heard this maybe in a sense, I like Tom. He always just gives it to you straight up. But in the second part of his verse, he actually said, without saying it, he's showing his compassion. He's like, dude, that wasn't fair. Segregation wasn't fair. They did this. They didn't care. He also acknowledges these things, but he's also saying, hey, this wasn't my generation. And the part that was ill, he's like, you have trauma in your DNA. Ooh, and I hope, and I don't want to see you in pain. Man. And that's deep because me personally, you know, coming from someone who would typically lean very left to leaning a little right, then being more moderate with my stances these days. I understand because when you grow up in like, let's say, our demographic, you're watching Roots, you're just seeing all these things, and it creates this, like, you see certain things and you just want to tear up and you're just like, ah, and your blood boils. But what I realized is that's a chink in the armor. It makes us weaker. And even when people go to like therapy, the first thing the therapists do is like, embrace your trauma, look at the trauma in the face. Why? So you can let it go. And you know, at a few years ago, I realized for me personally that I'm here to make history and not let old history define me. I'm here to make history. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you wholeheartedly, and I'm assuming that coming from maybe some of your father's upbringing or something. Oh yeah, that. Definitely. I feel the same way with me too. Is he's like, you have to look like, and I didn't understand it when I was younger. I was like, yo, like, Dad, what are you like? Come on, man, like, what's going on? He's like, They're trying to, but they're trying to keep us down. Don't get riled up about that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then when I started to see social media do it, like to sway people one way or another, and then that trauma would come out and it would increase on my timeline, and I would wake up in the morning and I would see it, and it would kick something up in me when I know better, just to be chill and relaxed. Yeah, you know, and like if they want us in a race war, this is exactly how they would do it, you know? And so I got to kind of look at it as like you said, and I think they said that in the black and white too, is just like, everybody's the same. We all just do different stuff, but we're the same. We wear different clothes. We do different things, but it's all the same thing. White people say, that's what she said. We say pause.
Yeah, exactly. We have cultural differences, but we're all the same. Yeah, it's the human race, so I get it.
So, and the government leading it. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, they try to magnify certain things to keep us separated. Now, the one thing I would want to say, because you were saying sometimes he leans into this, and there's a part of me that's like, yo, if he's not going to say it, who is? Because when you do have, let's say, a brother saying some of these things, they get classified the R word, or like Larry Elder, the white, what did they say? The black face of white supremacy. You know what I'm saying?
Is what they hit
and so I'm like, bro, so how do you even win? The other thing is, in black culture, now, and you guys let me know in the comments if you know any of these statistics, but they do say sometimes in black culture, like, I guess sometimes prison sentences will be a little longer, or there's certain things that will happen in the system, right? Not with us as humans hanging out with each other. And I think sometimes, you know, as a demographic, a person who might, let's say, face that, why would they want to rap about, yo, we are the world? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's interesting.
It is.
But I need this, because this is the conversation that needs to be had, because we're not going to heal America if we just keep clashing.
If we just categorize like words or feelings or ideas and then put them in boxes and we don't discuss them, we don't go through those nuances, then we add into the problem.
Now, I didn't even get to discuss. He's killing it. He's doing these fast double time raps that I've noticed more and more in this album, the Brave 2. I don't recognize him doing this as much as he's doing it more now ever before. It's really sounds really good aesthetically. He's killing it.
Yeah, like it's right in pocket, where it needs to be.
All right, let's get into it. We've done a minute 20.
Damn, bro, my bad.
No, that's what this is for. He's making this music for this.
Yeah,
for this conversation.
Say, and I salute to him for that.
Before you 25 get shot over your shoes, you gon' get killed by police even when you follow the rules. If you listen to the news, you gon' believe all this is true. I ain't feel no white guilt, they don't ride for me when I'm killed. I guess white life don't matter, it's sad, but that's the way that I feel. I feel like they feel like I don't know what they all call me. Cis white male, bigot racist, he's a Nazi, that's not me. I'm not one of these white liberal commies who think black America needs allies in they army. Your neighborhood's all gay and claim you pro-black, but you faking. Guys are dying on the pavement, all your hashtags won't save them, that ain't gangster. People begging for their life still. I know white people who can't afford to pay their light bill, who might feel like they the ones who losing their life, when the worst thing you could be is not ashamed to be white. White privilege is a system they position for division. If you black, you go to prison. If you white, your life is different. Take some money, race religion, sprinkle in some ammunition, and make everyone believe that the other team is the villain. I ain't pro-black, I ain't pro-white, I'm pro-American. Every color curves of bones one day when you bury them. Whites and blacks are all the same. They want us in our graves, just let me try to explain. I swear they want us in a race war, dying every.
Adam, this is my second time hearing him. I feel like he's on the same message as Tom, but maybe with a little bit more caliente pepper in it.
Yeah. Yo, like if you were gonna categorize him, which I do not like categorizing people. No. Tom is like, I think people have even said, or maybe he's implied, like he's kind of like libertarian in the sense.
Right.
Adam is right. He's like, yeah, let's get. He's like Trump 2024. Like, let's go, and he don't care. He tell you what it is.
But I when he said America, that was probably the only thing I verbally jumped up to when I hearing the second verse, and then I just had to say, like, you know, like, I don't care. Go ahead, feel that way. That's what I love about my country. But I wanted to get back to, you know, like, hey, everybody can be who they want to be, and that's fine. Let it just be, bro. Yeah. Let it just be. I'm cool with that. I have my little, like, you know, like stereotypes that are true to whatever box they try and put me in, but then there are some that I'm not. But I realize that's the same for everybody. So I don't get hung. If I get hung up on it, I'm wasting so much time when I could be figuring out so much other part of life. And so I really do understand his point of view of trying to say, like, hey man, some of this stuff is pumped into you, whether you want to believe it or not. Damn it, I'm sorry. I gotta be the one to break it to you.
Yeah, no, I mean, what he's saying, like, that's the problem I had with the most recent years. There's so much there. They're talking about the government is paid for, but what Adam spoke to directly in his verse was the disingenuous liberal. Malcolm X spoke about the disingenuous liberal, how they get in your face like they care about a certain demographic. Facts. I'm trying to dodge the YouTube, whatever they do. Certain demographics, like they're there for you. And I got the biggest kick in the balls and slap in the face in 2020. I was hearing Malcolm X say it. I was hearing people like Adam say it. You know, I was like, okay, but yo, they're trying to look out, right? But then when 2020 came and I had a different stance than the current narrative, my black voice didn't matter. If you don't do what they say, then you don't matter. And then I'm like, well, if I don't do, what do you mean if I don't do what you say? Like, hold on.
Like, all right, I know what my experience is.
Yeah, and so that was my awakening of understanding the liberal, in a sense. Because I even have stances on my channel where people get infuriated with me for having these stances. And I'm like, bro, this is just how I feel. And it's just funny because the people who get the R word with me are more of the liberals these days because you don't agree with their stance on certain things that are being pumped into the atmosphere.
Yeah, I think for me, the biggest part is just taking away the ability to discuss, like why we can't talk. Like, didn't they say that a couple times in this? Like, we need to be able to discuss the nuances within this. Otherwise, we can't whittle down to what
and that's the other thing. They're putting a lot of complex subject matter in a 3-minute song because when we start talking about statistics and stuff like that, I understand how the powers that be are able to prop up certain ideas. There's cultural differences, and even I can have the accountability to say, because I'm mixed, but in certain aspects of certain parts of my culture that I would like to see change, and rebuild certain things, I can take that accountability as a man. But some people aren't willing to have that convo. Then it's complex, it's unique, because then me and you have this convo, but let's say an outside race jumps into the convo, we start taking accountability for our culture. Then sometimes an outsider might, how you gonna let them talk about your culture? Like, and you're like, yo, I'm just taking accountability for what I see in my everyday that I need to change to be better as a man and help my culture. You know what I'm saying? It gets very nuanced and it is complex, and they're putting it into a 4-minute song.
Mad layered.
Yeah, that's how I feel. That's what I mean.
I'm pretty much there, and like you said, that disingenuous liberal. Unfortunately, my pops have been saying that for a long time, and I never understood what it meant. And then it wasn't until the last few years where
the Great Awakening,
I went, hold on. It was like no longer a facade for me, and I went like, oh my God! Like, I played into every last little trope when I was up until now, and I'm a grown ass man going, oh my God! And now I'm like, how do I show my kids the same type of awareness, and hopefully they they pick on faster than I did when my father was trying to, you know what I mean?
Becoming a father changes you.
Yeah.
It changes the way you, and as you get older, you mature and you start seeing your experiences. You start understanding it, and you realize why when you were at the college and high school age, you're all rambunctious, ready to protest, like, this is wrong.
Right.
But then when you work a few years, you get some life experience, you're like, oh.
Hold on.
That stings. Looking back, that stings.
But
what was I thinking?
There's no better feeling than owning it.
Yeah, facts.
Because I can learn from it.
Facts. All right, let's ride off into the sunset.
Yeah.
Whose lives matter more? War dying in the streets should be us against them, but it's you against me. Ain't nobody gonna win. Everybody gon' see that the color of your skin don't change the color that you bleed.
Man.
I swear they want us in a race war, dying every day for whose lives matter more. I won't be dying in the race war. Our government is paid for, 'cause our lives matter more.
And since we're here speaking of it, okay, great time. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry about
that's
that. When I want to rewind, or not rewind, but when he's saying our lives matter more, don't, if you any, you know, like our people of color who might like see this and not want to discuss, not want to see, just like see sirens and just go, no, 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 no. And then don't use that line, our lives matter more. Like that's an all inclusion thing of us against the powers that we pay to govern us. You know, like we don't want them to rule everything. And so that line right before there is very important. Like, you know, our lives matter more than the government. They not saying from they white boy point of view. And damn, I even hate hitting them with that. Yeah. Sometimes. Yeah. And it's just this, you know, white guy point of view, I guess you could say, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want nobody hit me with a black boy.
Right.
God, I'm crazy.
You know, it's weird because you just grow up speaking a certain way, and every now and then I'll make commentary, and someone will put in the comments, they'll be like, this is not a color, this is the human race. And I'm like, dude, I actually absolutely agree with that.
I agree. You ain't
we're
got to tell me.
We're just having a conversation. It's like deleting every program takes a while. You know what I'm saying? It's just, bro. We're just human beings.
Yeah,
you know?
It take a while to grow up. And like, when you realize that you may have been tricked or fooled or misunderstood some things, and you want to take that stance for the rest of your life, it takes a while to kind of unwind some of that teaching and book reading and TV and news.
And the other thing is, I'm willing to admit there's also a ripple effect from history. I'm not here to deny that certain things, but I do believe that America was in the best place it's ever been, and we're going down a weird trajectory now. I think people are way more accepting now than ever before in the history of America, but these tropes, as maybe you call it, that's being, and these agendas that are being pushed are very divisive, and all this acceptance is flying out the window, and it's like, this is what they're saying in the song. They're literally saying that, and it's like, hey, let's come together. And that's what if you took anything from this song, because there is some complex nuance into this, if you want to have some conversations, but the reality is they're like saying, let's come together, we're all the same. And I just think that's dope that people are having this, at least they're leading the charge to have this, because it's funny because I'm not going to name any names, I almost said a name, but there's huge rappers out there, and it's interesting the lane they take to, like, you know, for social justice, let's say, and it's just interesting, man. I see a lot of different things, but I was
gonna say, don't let them see it all. On a positive note, leaving, if you haven't left yet, Nova, shout out to you utilizing this warehouse, really dope. There was a few shots in there, and we don't have to rewind it. They had a drone orbiting while they were performing inside the warehouse. There were some high up shots that were spinning like that.
I know what shots you're talking about. I didn't know that was a drone. I thought
it had to be. I mean, it could be a crane, but I doubt it.
It's easier
it's
use
just so much
nowadays.
easier to use a drone. Or if it's a crane, no, man, I can do that with a drone like this, and I'm old and I got old fingers. But if they use the crane, kudos to them.
Yeah.
It just costs so much more to rent a crane than what you can buy a drone for and put a setting on it and just let it go. Because you can even put a setting on it and go follow this person, orbit around this person. You control the speed, how much it goes around the person.
Gotcha.
So anyways, y'all.
Yeah, I enjoyed the song. I like the commentary. I think Tom is filling a space, pause, that no one is really – I don't know if people are scared to talk about these things. You see some people, Chris Webby, Dax, touch these deeper subjects. But that's why I gravitate. I gravitate to, like, Coast Contra because they're blowing up, spitting more substance and spirituality than all this, da-da-da-da. That's why I like Tom MacDonald. His is controversial in a sense. It's really not controversial. It's been made controversial in this era. It's substance. It's just conversation pieces that people are scared to have because they're like, oh, I'm going to get canceled. So I enjoy it. I wish more people would have that, but I do understand it because even I face suppression, when I started rapping about 2020 and stuff like that. And it's just like when you're at a certain level, it's hard to break through. It's very unique. It's very unique. So
Great work.
Yeah, we could talk forever about this one. You guys. I know, right? If you enjoyed this, like, share, comment, subscribe. Make sure you check out Joey Sparks' page.
Yeah, I just did one that I released over on mine, which was the black and white one. So go check that one out. But I've got tons of Tom stuff. I mean, I've done the Ghost, which I really, really like. His best rapper ever. I Don't Want to Be Great. Plus, I did the one over here. You could check in his archives. So, yeah.
All right, you guys. Tap it in the comments. And I think this will be a premiere, so the chat, too. Let me know what you honestly thought. And let's have these conversations and keep them floating. Like, share, comment, subscribe. You know what it is. 40.
Thank you for being some man. 40 years down the road, back again. FUQ. Boyz. 40.